Hi everyone, I'm Nell and welcome to my tiny studio. This is Vintage Coach Obsession. How are you today? I hope that you are having a fantastic day. I'm having a great day because Amazon just delivered me a package. Well, I shouldn't say Amazon. I should say the mailman just delivered a package for me, and it's something that I've been expecting and I've been wanting for a very long time, and I've had my eye on it, but I am a person who is adhering to a budget. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that I love vintage Coach. Well, let's just face it. I love Coach, period. But I love vintage Coach. And so I have a collection of vintage Coach bags. I also have a list that I call my vintage Coach unicorn list. What's on that unicorn list? Well, first and foremost, the pre-Creed Coach Stewardess bag, the Taft bag, the style number 9966 bag, and the Rambler and the Prairie bag. Oh, wait. Let me get this right, because they're coming to me now, and I'm not doing them the service. I'm doing them a disservice by not speaking them into existence. All right, let's get it together. Let's get it together, girl. Get it together. All right. On my unicorn list is the Stewardess bag, pre-Creed, the Taft bag, the 996 bag, style number, the Plaza bag, the Prairie bag, and the Rambler. Those are the bags that are on my unicorn wish list. Okay, what used to be on that list that I marked off was the Patricia Schneider bag and the Court bag. So now on my unicorn list, I have 5 left. I'm looking for them. I'm on the hunt. Well, not really. I just make sure I check out my go-to sites for vintage Coach bags, and they are Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, and eBay. Those are the places that I shop for vintage Coach bags. Now, I adhere to a budget, and my budget, at the top of my budget is $55, and the bottom of my budget is $45. And usually when you're talking about vintage Coach, the ones that I am looking for, they are expensive. Okay, on the pre-love market, they are unicorns. They are expensive because usually what people are doing is they are getting bags and restoring them and flipping them. They're not as expensive on the pre-love market as I would say Coach is, because Coach is doing the same thing. They are buying pre-loved Coach bags, and they're basically doing the same thing. They're flipping them. So they are restoring them as well, sometimes reimagining them or embellishing them, and places them back on the market for sometimes $600, $700, $800, $1,000. And why would I do that? Ooh, I just can't see myself doing that for a 40-year-old bag. So when your budget is like mine, not up here but right here, you're going to find a type of bag that's going to need work, and I'm willing to put the work in. So I came across a style number 9966 recently, and I've had my eye on that bag for a very long time. I purchased my first Janice pre-loved bag about 4 years ago, and I gifted that to my daughter. Then I purchased my next Janice bag in brown, the color of brown. I purchased that maybe about a month ago, and I've been working on it to restore it, and I have a video about that process in someplace else here on YouTube on the Simply Nails Tiny Studio. So I came across, I still have my eye, I'm always on the lookout for my unicorn list, and excuse me, I'm on the lookout, and it's not that I'm not coming across my list, because I am, but I'm just not willing to spend $175 on a pre-loved bag. No, I could, but what's the fun in that when I love the act of restoring things and reimagining and just, bringing things back to its former glory. I get a kick out of that. So I don't need someone else to do it for me. I could do it myself. But there are some things that you have to look for, because even though I like to restore things, I am not a professional leather worker, craftsman. That's not me. I'm not a professional leather goods person. That's not my field of interest. And I'm not that type of craftsman or craftswoman in that area. So I look for certain things when I'm in that, when I have such a strict budget level, because I know in that window of my budget that the bags I'm going to be considering are going to be in rough shape. And so there are different things that I look at, and you have to be careful of when you are buying a vintage Coach bag. And one of those things, like I said, there are things you need to look out for. On top of that, the authenticity is very, very important. So I just received my vintage style number 9966 in the mail, and I'm going to open it with you. Well, you're going to open it with me. So here it is. All right. Let's open it. I like the fact that it's very secure. I like that. And it feels like it is packaged well. We shall see. Okay. It's in a box. And when I'm handling boxes and things of this nature, I have some tools by. Nearby that I use as well. Okay. Look at all that bubble wrap. Great job. Great job. I'm impressed already, and I will be leaving a really positive review, just certainly about the packaging, because this is wonderful. And I will be using this bubble wrap again. Okay. Oh, and here she is. This is style number. It's kind of dusty. This is style number 9966 in mahogany. She looks really good. She's really dusty. All right, so usually what I do, being that we are in the midst of a panorama, I have some tools handy that I'm getting ready to use immediately. She was kind of dusty. I'm going to spray this bubble wrap because I want to use it again. Put that aside. That goes in the trash. I'm thinking this person had a cat, maybe. So I'm going to have my inhaler on hand just in case. Okay. So now I have some disinfecting wipes. Okay. Now I'm going to take the bag. I need to investigate to see exactly what's in this bag. I need to investigate to see what's in here and what it looks like. Okay. It's pretty deep. It's pretty clean. The bag is pretty clean. It looks good. So it doesn't need a lot of work on the inside. Let me check out the slip pocket. Okay, it's clean in there. Thank you. Okay. 9966 has a slip pocket on the outside. Let me check it. Looks pretty good. Straps look well. Okay, so check the zipper. Okay, everything looks pretty good. I have no complaints. I'm going to take this disinfecting wipe and I'm going to go over this bag. And that's what I do with all my vintage bags. I just go over them. Because since they are... Oh, and 9966 has feet. Try to go over the whole bag. Okay, it does have a marking right here. Okay, and just by using the disinfectant wipe, I'm taking off dirt. Just that one wipe, you know, just the one wipe. I'm taking off dirt. And as I said, I do this with all of my bags. because because not simply for the fact that we're in the height of a panorama, but also for the fact that, let's be honest, I don't know where this bag been. I don't know. So I see there's a white mark there. I'm going to see if some Lexol will be able to get that off. I saw a black mark. I don't know what that is, but it was in the description of the bag, so I just needed to see it to know exactly what it was. So I'm thinking it might be a marker. I'm just trying to get in here real good. Oh, excuse me a minute. I want to make sure I put all the trash in a container. Oh. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the straps. So this seems to be in pretty good condition. I spent $50 on this bag. This is a 9966. And it appears to be in really excellent condition. I'm not going to have to do too much to this bag, but really deep clean it. I'll probably go over it again with the the handy bag, dust bag. And here are some things that I'm looking for when it comes to vintage bags. The first thing I'm looking at is the quality of the leather. Okay, so being that I am an avid vintage Coach lover, I know what the leather feels like. And so I am, right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking and touching for authenticity. And this looks good. I'm also checking. I remember what the description was of the bag. They said there was a white mark and a black mark on the bag. I saw the white marking. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, here's the white marking. Looks like it might be paint. Can you see that? So it didn't come off with the wipe, so I know that I'm going to need something else. So I'm going to try the Lexol and see what happens when I use Lexol on it. And it said it had another mark, a black mark, and I saw it. I saw it, but I used the disinfecting wipe, and the disinfecting wipe took that off. So that's good. I'm looking for other things on this bag. I'm looking for basic wear and tear. Now, from the pictures on eBay, I didn't notice any wear and tear. So let me check it again in person and see what the wear and tear is. Hey, Chaz.
What's up?
Okay. I thought that was Connie at the thank you. I thought that was Connie at the door.
It will be.
Okay. And it seems it's in really excellent condition. And I said I've been waiting for this 9966 bag to come up in my budget range. And many of these 996 bags are going now for $100. The highest I've seen it is $125. So to catch this at $55 was amazing. Amazing. And now to find it in such wonderful condition, I'm just really floored by that. And it's in excellent condition. Another way that you can tell if this is an authentic Coach bag is by the hardware. I'm looking at the hardware right now, and I like to do this. It's real. It's brass. Yep, that hurt. Yep, this is a brass. This is real. Authentic. And now I'm going to look inside and look at that creed. Now the creed is always featured. It's like a little square box that is on the inside slip pocket of your bag, and or of the bag that you're considering. And there's a number on it. It's your registration. Well, not registration. It's your style number. And it usually has some letters, a number, and then the 4 last numbers of that style number is what you're going to be looking at. So mine is 9966, and that is the bag that I'm looking at. This is a Legacy 9966, and this is part of the Legacy series. So I already have a Patricia Schneider's Legacy, I have 2 Janice Legacies, and now I have the Legacy bag. Vintage Legacy bag by Coach. I don't know the history. I am guessing that this came out sometime in the early to mid 90s, maybe around 92, 93, 94. I'm not a vintage Coach historian, so if you know that information, please feel free to drop down in the comment section and educate all of us in the tiny studio, because I would like to know, and I'm sure a lot of us vintage Coachies would like to know as well. So I'm also looking at the zipper. I'm not looking for what is the zipper thing, YKK. I'm not looking for anything like that, because I have found that the YKK zipper is also on dupes. So you can't necessarily go by that as a telltale sign that you have an authentic Coach bag. But what I am looking at is I'm looking at the quality of the zipper. This seems to be a really good zipper. It's metal. It's not plastic. It's in great shape. I can go back and forth. Do you hear that? Yeah, sounds good. I'm looking at the raw leather. This bag is more than likely 25, 26, 27 years of age, and she looks good. I'm looking at the inside. The raw leather looks excellent. Let's check out the main zipper. Looks to be in good quality. It's brass. Let's try it out. It's real. And the zipper quality is what I'm really looking at. The zipper quality. How it's stitched. These are the ways that you can authenticate your Coach bag. Just look at that. Look at the quality of that. It's excellent. Let's look at the feet. This Coach Legacy has feet. Let's look at them. They're in excellent condition. They're not plastic. Good quality. I'm also looking at the stitching on the overall bag. Let's check out the stitching together. Okay. So let's look at the stitching. A lot of dupes you're going to find they're not going to be stitched well. And this is stitched very well. Look at the stitching. It's straight. You can see the leather. Look at your corners. It's stitched very, very well. Everything about this bag screams quality, and I like it. I like it. And it's authentic. Now, let's look at the belt. Another telltale sign of whether or not you have a vintage Coach bag or a dupe. And that can be found on your belt. Okay, so let me look at it. Okay. It looks like the holes of my vintage Coach bag are brass. They're real. I can tell. I'm looking how they are made. And I forgot what these are called. I want to say grommets. Grammets. But look at the way they are. The way it was crafted into the leather. Beautiful. Craftsmanship is one of a kind. And I'm also looking at the spacing, because a lot of dupes of Coach, Coach dupes, the spacing is off, but this is spaced correctly. And the stitching is excellent. Remember, this is a 25, 26, 27, 28-year-old bag, but look at the stitching. And then we're going to check out the holes again. They are brass. And of course, you know, that's raw leather on the inside. So, it appears to me that this bag is authentic. It's a real vintage Coach bag. So, I have some things that I'm going to do to her. And what am I going to do? I'm going to clean her really well. I'm going to condition her. And then I'm going to use some healing balm on her. And she really doesn't need it. She doesn't need any healing balm because she's absolutely gorgeous. She's perfect. There's absolutely nothing wrong with her. She's fine. So I'm just going to clean her for my own edification, of course. And then I'm going to condition her. And in another video, I will show you the results of this Legacy 9966 bag. So thank you so much for hanging out with me in the tiny studio today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please do so below. I appreciate it. If you know anything, you have any history or remarks about the Legacy line, please go ahead and feel free to educate us all here in the tiny studio and drop down in the comment section and let us know. I want to know. And I'm sure all my vintage Coach lovers, they want to know too. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel and you enjoyed this video, man, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe, and please like this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in the tiny studio. Oh, and by the way, if you would like to see before and after pictures of this vintage Coach bag, follow me on Instagram at Blue Lotus Hill Designs on Instagram and on Facebook, and I will be sharing the before pictures and the after pictures on those two social media platforms. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time on Vintage Coach Obsession here in the Tiny Studio. Bye bye.